Thanks, Simon, and welcome everyone from my side. Next slide, please, Jon. Yes, so as said, we have 28 signatories that signed before the launch on the 1st of October. Here is a list, and we will get back to them in the next session. Next slide. So about how the declaration came into being, we really realized through our work at ICLEI with cities on circular economy projects that there is a growing interest in the topic, a lot of ambition, and we're seeing more and more strategies, citywide strategies, and integration of circular economy into sustainability strategies at the local and regional level. But we also saw a need for uniting a common vision of what a circular city or region looks like. And we see a great opportunity here, as mentioned by Mark, for a lot of learning through this exchange among those who sign. So based on this, we decided to go forward with an initiative such as the Circular Cities Declaration. And we see a real strength here in that declaring a commitment to a circular economy at the political level can secure a strong political will, which can serve to accelerate implementation on the ground of circular economy projects. And this is very necessary in a field such as circular economy, which depends so heavily on a systematic approach, integrating all parts of a value chain and involving many different actors. So how the declaration text itself came into being, it was co-developed by the support partners over the past several months in a very iterative and collaborative way. The support partners represent expert organizations in the field of circular economy in the EU and in the world. And we were really able to draw upon each strength. We have financing partners such as the EIB, research partners such as ICERA, the research collaboration for circular economy in Europe, and more technical partners as well. And we involved cities and regions from the beginning in the development process to be sure that the declaration text would be fit for purpose. So Seville, Oslo, Amsterdam, Helsinki, Turku, London, Flanders, all took part in the creation of this declaration. And as it is meant for cities, we think that is very fitting. Next slide. Great. So next, as I said, we tried to come up with a common vision now that we had the stakeholder group of support partners together. And this is really to say, what are we moving towards? What is the objective of working towards the commitments of the declaration? So we came up with a definition of circular city, a vision in 4 parts, in 4 pillars. First is the collaboration between stakeholders. This is about convening and partnering the relative actors, such as the local government, citizens and civil society organizations, also businesses in the private sector, and of course the research community and their role in innovation. So after creating this integration and bringing together the partners into an ecosystem of circular economy at the local or regional level, there also needs to be an integration through the local government horizontally across departments in an application of circular economy. We are strong and adamant in saying that it should not be something that's dedicated only to waste management, but is something that's much broader and needs to be much broader if it is to have the far-reaching effects that we expect. The second pillar is for circular business models and a shift of behavior patterns. This is about the kind of economic models that can maintain and generate value, keeping things in use and maintaining a high value and high utility through innovative models such as servicization and sharing economy. And this is where we look at design and awareness also to change behavior around consumption, and in this way decouple the resource use from the economic activity. Third pillar is closing material loops. This is the what. This is the physical flows that we're talking about in urban metabolism. So eliminating waste and finding a value and a use for what we consider waste today. Now, all of this effort of the circular transition is going towards a goal of well-being socially, economically, and environmentally, of course. So the end goal, the 4th pillar, is reaching the Sustainable Development Goals, reaching the well-being in society, the social inclusion, and the environmental regenerated natural systems that we strive for. What can be done at local and regional level? There are 5 general areas of action that can be undertaken. And first and foremost is to set a vision, to give leadership and to set priorities, contextualized, but giving a clear strategy for all of these other actors to come together around. Second is engagement. This is about facilitating and connecting stakeholders and creating this ecosystem for innovation. Third is using all of the hats that a city and our regional government has in terms of urban management, such as urban planning and zoning, their own public procurement, and the management and use of public assets and provision of public services. Fourth are things like economic incentives such as subsidies, grants, taxes, or creating innovation competitions that can provide seed funding. Fifth would be regulations. Regulation can enable a system to favor circular economy and should be done in cohesion and in collaboration with other levels of governance to align, for example, with the Green Deal at the EU level and with national waste legislation, for example. So these levers and areas of action for local and regional governments are really the inspiration for the commitments of the declaration. And here you can see the 10 commitments, which cover all of these aspects in an integrated and step-by-step way. So the action towards these commitments, we expect that from a city signatory, wherever they are in their circular transition when signing, action towards these commitments will always improve the circular outcomes at the local or regional level. Next, a short list of the benefits of signing. This has already been touched on by Mark and Simon, but the idea is to become part of this powerful and unified group of cities that can send a message at a higher level and across Europe of the importance of the circular economy, of the benefits of the circular economy, and raising the awareness and the visibility of that. It's also an opportunity, of course, through the website and through communications around the declaration to profile the cities and the work that they're doing on circular economy. We, by creating this community, also foresee a lot of bilateral and multilateral collaboration that can happen between the cities themselves, as well as together with the support partners and all of the kinds of implementation and expertise that is existing within this network. And the idea, again, is to demonstrate the commitment and the power of all of these cities in really making the circular economy into something practical and on the ground. It's been said time and time again, the importance and the key role that cities and regions play in actualizing this. And that's what we hope your commitment through signing the Circular Cities Declaration can demonstrate. For signatories, those of you who have already signed and gotten on board, many of you may already know we began with a Get to Know You call to get to know all of the actions that you have so far, as well as your challenges faced and your main interests for collaboration. And this also has to do with how we are profiling you already on the declaration website. There is also a shared contacts database for bilateral exchanges between cities as well as with the support partners. And you are attending today the first of what will be a quarterly webinar series focused on circular cities, the topics of which will be decided jointly. Finally, there will be newsletters that keep you up to date on the latest from the cities that have signed, as well as the wider European circular economy ecosystem. That can include opportunities for joining together on other funding opportunities, as well as staying in touch with the latest from policy at the EU level. As you know, with the declaration comes reporting. This is something that we will do on an annual basis, and it will be based on the commitments, but it will be rather light touch. It's not meant to be burdensome for you, but rather to understand what has happened towards these commitments in the year since signing, and in this way be able to highlight this work, and if you have any challenges, be able to provide support for facing those. Okay, I think this is all from me. Next slide. And back to you, Simon. Here's a map of all of the signatories we have so far, all 33.